This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, it's LJ, and I'm here with my last part of that game with the commentary partner, and now this time I got Roy Cruz with us to see what's going on. It is going to be an exciting for the finishing of its own line. We have one last game left in Game 5, and that means the rematch, Oilers and the Kings back at Los Angeles as they're ready to get things on. And for my last part of our commentary partners, I have one of our takes in on ice is Terry Crews, and along with the others is Summit Beast and Test Tube, and finally the center ice I have it all coming in for is to give a good start off to have Wood Spoony here in center ice to see what's going on for our last part of the game. This is it. Both teams are tied, and one of the teams will be moving on to play against the next team, the Golden Knights. That'll be the other side of it for the second round to show what's going in for the finish. And stay tuned for tomorrow. We will have it across here with our next NBA Game 5 to start things on the other side to show this how it goes. And you won't believe how this will happen with one of our big plays in. From the Joker of Jokic to the Kawhi of the Claw, and to all the rest of entire, it's going to be one top show to the other. And now let's get this thing started here. The final game of the NHL on 25 for the first round comes to the end as we finish things off with the last two games before moving on to the second round. Let's see who takes this win for Game 5. Kings, Oilers. Next on EA Sports. Enjoy the game, everybody. Final game in Los Angeles. I'm Terry Crews, and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Son of Beast and Test Tube. Here we go, Game 5 is ready. As we are back in Los Angeles, let's see who wins this series. As the starting goaltender is in the range is Darcy Kemper for the Kings and Stuart Skinner for the Oilers as we are underway at Crypto.com Arena. Starting off from here will be Ekholm as he will find Bouchard. We'll send it over to Ekholm this time and he will give it over to Bouchard. Trying to pass to McDavid. McDavid on a shot. This will stop here, but the slashing is going to start for the Kings. That will be Gavrikov.
Number 84, Los Angeles. 2 minutes for slashing.
Sometimes you're looking at it over here. This is what happens with Connor McDavid. You see the slashing? After that shot, he was wicked on something, and he was whacked up. This is not the great start for the Los Angeles Kings to put it in, so that's going to be their first penalty kill for Los Angeles. The power play will start in for the Oilers as right now after the shot for Connor McDavid, he's looking for his power play goal to take over by Darcy Kemper.
Los Angeles penalty, number 84, 2 minutes for slashing. Having a penalty for the Kings, 1932 in the first period of the playoffs. Los Angeles Kings penalty, Valencia Gavrikov, number 84 for the 2 minute slashing. Having a penalty in the first period in the playoffs, 1932 for the Edmonton Oilers power play.
Bochel in the wing, looking for a short-handed goal, stop made by Skinner. Skinner's going to hold it in with only 19:05 to start in the first period. Now let's talk about this one here. All for you to know for is Connor McDavid, the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He's been making his 1,000 career goals in a season, and he's making it look history. Well, the history it happens with most like unreal conviction. But sometimes they just really need to do for a much clearer in response. The only take is that they need to give this one a better timing effort. What I notice about Connor McDavid and looking for his great goal, his appearances is not always the easy way. I've seen so many others that one of the breaks happened, and he stuck up with only one with Alex Ovechkin, which is about to retire for after next season completion, and we'll see if he gets enough in the playoff goal because there might be one change that could happen anything. But I noticed about what happened with Connor McDavid, and I seem like he might be looking for his good offensive zone. I'm so happy to see that Connor McDavid's definitely looking for his another goal. But for Los Angeles, this may be it. Do or die. Yeah, I may never know what's going to change out for Connor McDavid, so it might be like only one change, but you can never go wrong with that. McDavid's on the rule. Rule the world, baby. More likely so, McDavid might have it all. You bet. Shot. It's off and again on an offensive effort. Arvidsson can't get his deflection in. Bouchard gives it to McDavid. 10 seconds remaining. McDavid shoots saved by Kuemper. We'll hold it in with only 17:39 to go in the first period. A lot of timeout for this ability. Oilers and the Kings are the hard matchups to play in the postseason. And Edmondson wins the faceoff as he will clear it out. And that's going to do it. Power play is over for the Edmonton Oilers, as now this will be a replacement back on ice is Gavrikov. A new line group change for the Kings. What they didn't notice about how it's happened right now, the blocking was turning to be very good on its defensive effort. This is a hard save that he was doing. Kuemper's not really like getting all that used to the energy, but that skill is just hard when they're getting to. They really weren't sure enough of how it was going to happen, but at least they couldn't get the job done. They just definitely took it out. That's a good control range for the Kings to put it in. Draisaitl wins the faceoff, as now Ekholm will have it over again to Bouchard. He's off to Perry. Perry lost that puck and it's rebounded by Gavrikov. 17 minutes remaining in the first period. Slimes Gavrikov, shots blocked by Ekholm. Evan Bouchard will give it again to Ekholm. Oilers are back in the Kings territory. Ekholm swings to Bouchard. Bouchard looks to Ekholm. Backsteps it. Lost that one, and rebounded up by Ekholm with a rebound by Skinner. Jeff Skinner is right toward the wing. He'll fire around the net to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl will dish it off to Emerson. Turcotte with the puck steal. Now it's rolled to Skinner. Skinner passes to Perry and deeps it over to Kulak. Kulak swings it to Emerson. Emerson again to Janmark as he's on ice. His first goal in the playoffs was the last game as he puts a great rebound to put it on to beat over Kuemper. But let's see how he handles it with the second and the last game here in Game 5 before their advancement, if they win. Here's Kulak, sets to Janmark. The wraparound shot blocked up by Gavrikov and rebounded by the Kings. Here's Turcotte as he's right toward the wing. Knocks him down, rebounded up by the Oilers. Edmonton's back in the offense zone, and this one will head to Nugent Hopkins. Knocked it down, Drew Doughty with the puck steal. Here's Doughty, toward the wing. Byfield shot, blocked up here by Janmark. Now Janmark is right toward the way. Tries to get for an attack motion, fakes a shot, covers it up for Kuemper, and he'll stop it here with only 15:30 remaining. Kind of close on the effort for Matthias Janmark. He was really like on a pursuing effort. It wasn't a change-off that they really do for. Henrique wins the faceoff. Darnell Nurse finds Klingberg. And back to Darnell Nurse. Nurse, Paul Colston shot, saved by Kuemper. A little wrap around here, but he couldn't make the drive after it with the goal, as this one's stopped by the goaltender. And if you notice that the Oilers have already won, if you missed the Stanley Cup final, Leon Draisaitl had made a great hero win in Game 1 in OT against the Florida Panthers. But one of the biggest of this ultimate to lifetime to start things off was the first one, the last postseason, it was here. But then, another postseason comes in the finals, as they are back in to Edmonton, and they're looking for another good goal on their offense zone. We are really happy to confirm that Leon Draisaitl is working a hard domination. What do you think of how this happened, guys? Well, I know I don't care about those two, about the Oilers and the Panthers. I say that Leon Draisaitl was making a great hero run, and then this is what I have to say about Leon Draisaitl. He was one of our biggest of all, and in the alternative captain, he was really sure that he definitely had a great time. And playing with us on ice is a hard work to do for anything. I was really noticing that Leon Draisaitl was definitely like on a better slide. He made that one a heroic moment. to start off with the first game of the finals. It was not really easy enough. I mean, but you can understand how he did. Yeah, I would have noticed about that. I mean, he couldn't believe on the Leon Draisaitl. He was really like giving all what he did. Darnell, their shot. Well, saved by Kemper, and he'll hold it in with only 14:24. He passed the 5-minute mark in the first period, and we'll get ready for another puck drop into Kings territory. Now the win for Darnell. Clark goes down. No mark for the backhander. What a save by Kemper. Oh, he was definitely waiting to tie it now. Wow. Kemper made that one a nice save to put it in. Great job. Budgell pass. More shots saved by Skinner. Rebound by Moore. Poked up by Bouchard. And Connor Brown will dish it out. This will be an icing on Edmonton Oilers with 13:57. After the icing whistle, they're back in the Edmonton territory. No score here past the 15-minute mark. And a win for the Kings. Here's a shot blocked up by Nugent Hopkins. Having a first crouch down on a block shot for the Oilers. They never see that one coming before. I was noticing that Nugent Hopkins was really set. And he noticed he saw that one coming. Nugent Hopkins looks to Brown, fires a shot, saved by Kemper. And here's Lewis, he'll send it again to Jeanette. Los Angeles back in the offense zone. Again to Thomas. Thomas gets bumped over. Draisaitl with the rebound. Here's Draisaitl. Spins across. Loses that effort. Give to Skinner. Skinner will try to get to Kulak, and he'll now reset it to Draisaitl. Looks again to Perry. Perry swings back to Emerson. And Skinner, he's going to be leaving out of the zone. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think he was bumped over by one of the defensemen, so I'm not sure what happens with the medical rooms. They might be saying that Skinner might be all right, but it seemed like that he's a little unconscious to get that one back over it. What a save by Kemper. You know, that's what happens with Kemper. He was making a better save. That's better effort. He scores! Zach Hyman. A deflection will start it in for the Oilers. This is a great pass that you're looking it over to. When Skinner went to the bench, he realizes what happens with the deflection. That one gives a good start here for Zach Hyman with his first goal in the game and his third goal in the playoffs. He increases it. It was not really what they were expected for Zach Hyman to give that one a deflection goal. That one got a good start. The Kings are able to try to get the answer in, but as the Edmonton Oilers, they start their first goal, a 1-0 lead in Game 5. Now, Turcotte will try to sing it over to Kempe. Shot, rebounded, Skinner with a save. Klingberg gives it again to Nurse, and he'll now have it again to Klingberg. The Oilers are back in the Kings territory. Klingberg gives across to Arvidsson, now sets to McDavid. He's off to Nurse. With the shot, saved me by Kemper. We'll try it over again to Anze Kopitar.
Edmonton
the captain for the Kings is now he gets it to Turcotte.
Third goal in the playoffs, scored by number 18, Zach Hyman.
Miscommunicated for
Assisted by number 27, Brett Kulak.
Here's move right.
And by number 90,
Set it up across the
Corey Perry. Time of the goal, 7:11 remaining in the first period. Zach Hyman, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Kulak and Perry in the first period. 7:11 in the playoffs.
On a chance, this one is blocked off of the defensive traffic and rebounded by Hyman. Here's Hyman right to the lane with only 11:45 remaining in the first. Moves it in. Backhander shot saved me by Kemper. Going for two, wasn't enough. And he'll stop it in with our next face-off puck drop. All right, let's hit it over to center ice. I have Miss Whit Spooney standing by. Who do you have with us? Thanks, guys. I've been looking over with Connor McDavid. He's really been showing things when he knows that he can definitely handle this. One change is the better way to have the effort for his own drive, his own percentage goal. The only thing that we are talking through now is that Connor McDavid has made us 1,000 goals in the season, and with that, he's looking for his next pursuit to get into the second round. What they're really not noticing is that they have already been struck down here by the last postseason since 2022 was a big win against the Kings. And then what happened is there was no change to the perception to that. they've really been settling things in, and they couldn't get that shot and goal tight. That means when they really don't see things enough is Connor McDavid beating over the Kings by 2023, and it wasn't really easy enough to give that one a great strike. Connor McDavid is sure looking for his next reception, and he might get in on the other side of it. I'll find out about Connor McDavid for his own goal. He might be getting it all when he can. Guys, thanks there, Woodspoony. All for say now, McDavid rule.
Well, it would be fine actually. Like McDavid is really like everybody's favorite for the Oilers. I think there's a battle range going on. I'm not sure how this will happen, but it seemed like it's hard to make it tell. Jeff Skinner gives it to Perry, and Bouchard right toward outside the wing. He's over now to Perry, gives back to Kulak, and he will have it again to Skinner. Skinner, Bouchard. Bouchard sets to Kulak. In the middle, Skinner, shoots, save by Kemper. 10:21 remaining in the first period. First goal starts in for the game is Zach Hyman. He'll have his third playoff goal as he's looking for 2 more to get in for 5 playoff goals. Byfield wins the faceoff as Doughty will now send to Gavrikov. Here's Kevin Fiala. Lost his handling, rebound by Byfield. Lafreniere shoots, blocked it up by Amberson, and he'll have it around the net again to Yamar. He passed the midway mark in a period in the first as Amberson will have it over. We'll give it over to Brown. Brown shoots, saved by Kemper. We'll hold it here with under 10 minutes. 1-0 Edmonton. Now both players are set ready for a next puck drop. 1-0 still a score. Nugent Hopkins ready for the face-off. And as he wins, he'll give it over to Kulak. He sends to Emberson. Now finding to Kulak. And he's back to Yamar. Give to Emberson. Kicks it over. Now finds Yamar. Yamar. Right turn wing. Nugent Hopkins will try to get back in the offense zone. Brett Kulak finding Emberson. Keep rolling the puck alive here for Emberson. And that one was blocked up. Rebound by Connor Brown. Brown will reset it again. Now finds the Yamar. Yamar needs some regroups here. Gives to Emberson. With the shot saved by Kemper. Stopped the play with only 9:25 remaining in the first period. Alright, now the other side I will have a give over here, and this will be Adrian Kempe. Who do you have there, Woodspoony? Well, folks, I've been talking with Adrian Kempe. The last time I was able to see it is one of his best reactions afterwards. He was really giving all what his percentage used to be. The only time often is the hard thing to tell for on his own goal. The something is really imperative designing to have this one a nice sharp edges on the corner. What he doesn't really meant to say is that he really has it all with the finishing at the right touch. The moment is that simple, but it wasn't easy enough for sure for Adrian Kempe, the better superstar player. Well, he's looking for his own effort to have his own never goal with the Kings. I'll find out about sooner or later to get right on track. Back to you guys. Connor McDavid back on ice. He's fine again as Zach Hyman. Keeps moving around now. Find McDavid. Here's a shot. Glove save by Kemper. 8:37 remaining in the first period. They'll get their next puck drop ready. Connor McDavid looking for another goal here in the playoffs. As now Baylor's watching on him. He does not like Connor McDavid afterwards. He really wants him to be out.
Well, I wouldn't say it what happens with Baylor, but most likely the Kings don't really appreciate it because sometimes Connor McDavid is overrated by the team, and this is good news for Edmonton Oilers fans. They really appreciate it for Connor McDavid, and they're really appreciating it because he's really been like a higher range than that. That means he's not going to go home anywhere. He's not going to go to a different team. He's going to be like staying with the Edmonton Oilers for all the season long. Until with that, Leon Draisaitl is definitely helping him out here too. But the last time we noticing Steven Stamkos, he's with the Nashville Predators as he leaves with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and now he's looking over for Steven Stammer to join in with the Preds by Philip Forsberg. And I'm not sure what they were going to say now with Leon Draisaitl. I think he's going to keep him for a longer game amount of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree so. I mean,
there's no replacement that they can't do for Leon Draisaitl. It seemed like they're not going to bring him out. They're not going to leave him out here. Looks like that Leon Draisaitl is definitely the next one to be in. I mean, we'll see about that one pretty soon.
part of the game, the Panthers have already been moving on to the next round, and since after they lost the first round last postseason against the Maple Leafs, they were pretty unsure if they were able to win that one with the game. But with that, they're happy now because there is no Maple Leafs as they've been discharged, and they've already been lost in the first round, so they'll play a new Canadian team here in the Eastern Conference Zone as they'll play against the Ottawa Senators as Brady Tkachuk is ready to face against Matthew Tkachuk. Oh yeah, Matthew Tkachuk is definitely really well. I mean, the last time we seen him, he was played 3 goals in a game. I mean, he earns 3 this time. The hat trick was amazing. He scores! Connor Brown with a great range goal. It's a 2-0 lead, Edmonton Oilers. Well, Connor Brown's really given that a great use. That strong use of his skill of agility, he's really like turning it around. And that pad was underneath by Kemper. He wasn't really sure that was going to be in here, but Brown got it in. That'll be his 3rd in the playoffs. So now it's a 2-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers with 13:06, time on the goal in the first period, as Nurse will send it over to Klingberg as they win the puck drop. Claiming on that puck drop has to be like for Connor Brown. He adds another playoff goal of his night. He's really like giving all what he could do for. I mean, the last time he played it, he wasn't really sure enough if he was going to be able to take it in. And that really explains it, that he really has to give it all with some good change. That is great, incredible play skills for Connor Brown, as Connor McDavid was able to teach him how he was going to be able to do this. But it was not really easy enough. I mean, they were sure enough that they were really keeping it in at the right amount of time. They really wanted to bring that back in. They sure that they have to do this one the entire time. Spence knocks him down as a rebound by Turcotte, shots blocked. Rebound by Klingberg. 6 minutes to remain in the first period. Now McColson will send it over to Nurse. Nurse shot saved by Kemper, and he'll stop it with only 5:58 remaining in the first. If you're joining us on the other side of the NBA playoffs, we got the second round ready for you. That'll be our next game, so we will have you on the other side. Once it's being determined, we only have a couple games left here. The Clippers and the Nuggets are on its way to game number 6 back in Los Angeles, while the others are already making their approachment. There's going to be a lot much timing to get it done here, so we're just going to need to keep working on the passing right away.
Edmonton goals, his first goal of the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, scored by number 28, Connor Brown. Assisted by number 25, Darnell Nurse, and by number 36, John Klingberg. Time of the goal, 13:07 remaining in the first period. That's Connor Brown, his first goal in the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, assisted by Nurse, and Klingberg in the first period, 13:07 in the playoffs.
The Stephen Curry against Anthony Edwards. I think it's a good matchup. I like that idea. Scores! Arvidsson rolls it in with a ricochet. Now it's a 3-0 lead. Well, they don't expect now. Victor Arvidsson was able to get that 4th goal in, and that's another goal in the playoffs. You see that attacker? That's what happened with Victor Arvidsson. That was right in the range, and he dunks it in. That one was clear. Now, that pass was off and given away, and this is what Victor Arvidsson has made it in. That ricochets off the pipe and then right in toward the net. It passes over to Kemper, and it looks like that Kemper might be the next one out, as it might be Copley, might be the replacement here for the Los Angeles Kings. I'm not sure how this is going to happen, but, well, they might change it off. Here's Kevin Fiala as he lost that puck. Ekholm will take over. Connor McDavid sprinting his way down. He's over now to Arvidsson for 2. Save here on a blocker by Kemper. Hyman will give the reset group to Ekholm. And back to Zach Hyman. Hyman will set to McDavid. McDavid cutting and bounding for the shot. He scores! Connor McDavid rushes right toward the goaltender. He beat that skill out of here. That's 2nd of the playoffs. I really noticed Connor McDavid. He's like on a wheel track already, like making a spin of it. Nope, I'm not doing that. Now look at this play here for McDavid. Then he's right toward nearing the crease. That is no joke, and he was making an unstoppable force by Zach Hyman. That pass is one, and when you look it over here, McDavid set it across, he spins around, he doesn't know what he was going to do. I thought he was almost going to get beat out, but he just makes it in. He S-curve, and that shot makes another goal. Connor McDavid with 2 goals in the playoffs, looking for his 3rd in the playoff to go for 2 goals in the game. Well, I may have to say now for Connor McDavid, I think he might be able to get a ton of it done. A lot of work on him. Here's LaFerriere with a chance in play. This one saved up by Skinner.
Edmonton goal, his 4th goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 33, Victor Arvidsson.
Right to LaFerriere.
Assisted by number 18, Zach Hyman. And by number 97, Connor McDavid. Time of the goal, 14:53 remaining in the first period. It's Victor Arvidsson, his first goal of the game, 4th goal in the playoffs. Assisted by Hyman and McDavid in the first period, 14:53 in the playoffs.
Stop. This is not going to change it often if you're going to do it. Drew Doughty with the puck finding Quentin Byfield, and the Los Angeles Kings are back in the Edmonton territory. Here's Fiala. Pass to LaFerriere. Shot blocked by McDavid as he grabs it back. The Oilers are back in the offense territory. We'll set a repass again here by Perry as he sets to Skinner, but the rebound puts back to McDavid. McDavid gives again to Emerson. Wipes him down. Draconic takes it over. 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot save by Skinner.
Edmonton goal, his first goal of the game, 2nd goal in the playoffs. Score by number 97, Connor McDavid. Assisted by number 18, Zach Hyman. And by number 14, Mateus Ekholm. Time of the goal, 15:17 remaining in the first period. That's Connor McDavid, his 2nd goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Assisted by Hyman and Ekholm in the first period at 15:17 in the playoffs.
Poked it up by Janmark, and it's back to Perry. Perry resets a group, fires it around net. Rebound by Clark. It's back to Takane. 2:49 left to remain in the first period, as now it's Takane loses one, and rebounded by Perry. Again to Nugent Hopkins, he looks over to Janmark. Here's a set pass to Klingberg. Back to Kopitar goes with the puck steal. Frojal, pass to Spence. Battling for the loose puck of the chain. Rebound by Klingberg, and it's now rolls it over. Back to Darnell Nurse. He'll try to reset it again as Podkolzin's back on ice. In a slick move, can't get the puck battling bound, and Frojal will have it back. Rebound by Moore the other way. Knocks him over, Klingberg with a chance, now finding Nurse. Nurse see past to Henrique. Henrique slows this down, now finds Podkolzin. Moore's got that puck in. Good defensive effort by Philip Deneau. He'll dump it out of here, and a rebound by Nurse. The Oilers are back in offense zone as Enrique is right to her in the wing. Back in the Kings territory. Got the pass to Podkolzin. Moore's got it back. And sets again to Jeanette. Knocked him right toward the wall. Almost went into the visitors' bench. Now it's Evan Bouchard as he gets back to Nurse. And he lost that one. Here's Moore. On Bouchard, glove save by Skinner. Under 90 seconds remaining in the first period, he'll get the next puck drop. The win by Byfield, snatched up by Skinner. 1:25 remaining in the first period. 4-0 still the score. 85 and over 89. That's for the Kings, and they are already up by 4 with the percentage. But it looks like that McDavid has to do a lot of work here. With the shot saved by Skinner, he'll give it over to Ekholm with the rebound. This big chain was not really what I always expected to be. It really happens with most of the Curtisons. It just happens with McDavid and their team. They just really need to keep going. Long way through. Ekholm with the rebound, now finds it to McDavid. Can't get the shot in there as it's good defensive by
Last
the Kings.
minute to play in the first period of the playoffs.
And this will be rebounded by Hyman. Here's a chance. One time Arvidsson, let's save by Kemper. Got a good change up here, but it's still not the extension here as Copley's still watching on Kemper. He might be able to get in here next if he misses again. Tricycle wins the faceoff as Emerson will give back to Kulak and off to Jeff Skinner. Skinner, the parry chance. Helmet goes flying, and he's heading to the bench. Oh, that really was bad. I was not noticing that this really kept on a big change here. Perry wasn't sure where that helmet was flying at, but it was right into the Kings territory. Yes, that one is right there. You can see that helmet is laying there on the ground, and it seemed like they're going to have to go around with that before the puck gets stolen away. 20 seconds remaining in the first period as Perry will have it again. And the pass now finds to Emerson. Watching offside, Emerson back on the ice here in the zone. Arvidsson with the rebound over the other way. Kicks it out. Rebound by Emerson. Finds Kulak. Kulak shoots it. Trying to get off the defender. And it's snatched by Kelter. And we reach the end of the first period. 4-0 to score. And they've been shot really late. Been shut out in the first period. But we'll find out if they can get their goal in by the next period. And as Kopitar wins, that will do it. 4-0 to score. McDavid with that pass unstoppable force by Zach Hyman. He makes a spin and goes in. Second quarter period is coming up next after this.
Hey folks, Chris the Beast here. Thank you all for waiting patiently as I've been trying to work on everything, but my time and the schedule was a little unchanged to do everything. If you're watching this video, you may be understanding that this is definitely the hard schedule that I've been doing it for. I wasn't able to post all that videos in on the channel, and it was kind of hard for me to set things up because I was planning because I've been really busy doing with things stuff. So you guys are waiting so patiently. For those of you who are still subscribed, thank you very much. And for those of you who are new here, I've really been trying to wait for my whole time because of all my things getting ready for my summer kickoff, and looks like it's going to be very busy enough for me to stay alive because my timing schedule can be a little off change in my challenge. So if you are waiting patiently to go with the reaction videos, I'll have it more for you. Once the postseason comes to the end and the skit, I've been working on that one so hard and I have a lot of edit changes to do. So if you are waiting on the party freakouts, don't worry, your videos will be next on that skit. And then August is going to be the secondary channel of the SOBs Gaming on the other side. We'll have a short random videos here for you, and for the gaming on the other side of it will be changed different. I couldn't say now because this was all what I need to do for is to focus on everything, and with that it'll be hard enough to keep things in right amount of time. So if you waited patiently, thank you very much. It was definitely the hard work I had done, and I couldn't get it straight because this was really a tough choice for me. But anyways, you will enjoy one of our contents, and with that, the new contents will be Arcade Lodge. So I'll try to see about that. I mean, it'll be great. Then more to know. Anyways, with that new videos here, every videos are going to be changing differently because every 2 weeks will be changed, and because the summer plans are changing it up, I'll have to try to see what I could do to make new changes here on the channel. With that, let's keep going to 900 subscribers so we can get that next celebration on before 2026. And if you like this one, please consider yourself by leaving the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you really like this video. So that way you won't miss out, and it's the best way to support for the channel to keep up with the future videos and the upcomings on my channel. Now let's get back into the second period. Thank you guys so much for your cooperation. I really can't stand to appreciate you all for my supportive work, but I'll see what I can do for it next. In the meantime, let's get back on ice and let's keep going. Period 2, ready to start. Chris Beast out. Bye. Welcome back as we're ready to get started for the second period in Los Angeles. Puck is dropped and we are back in Crypto.com Arena. So far it is a 4-0 stop lead as we're going to have to try to see if there's a goal chance for the Kings. Let's have your takes in for you guys and see how they done. Well, my guess on my own is, in my opinion, this is what I just choose to see what happens with this play. This actually was turning to be like a shutdown here in the first period for the Kings. They haven't shot any goals yet, but the second period, however, they're going to have to try to like give it off to regroup and everything up. The Oilers have been knocking down entirely. No joke, but entirely knocking him down out. It will not be anybody that can be the same thing on a big shot. This is definitely how it gets tough now when they are shooting into a lot of goals to take in. Now what the Kings need to do is they have to just try to give it off. If they win this one with the goal on the face-up, they're going to get up by 3 in the zone. This is not really easy, but I'm telling you this now. But the Oilers have really been like they wanted to push their boundaries up to get to the next in play. This motion is definitely going to be harmless afterwards, so they're going to have to like keep moving again.
Yeah, I definitely agree, son. I mean, it would almost be like impossible to get from here. May not be easier way to get this through. Connor McDavid and their team have to work it up together. McDavid wins the face-off as Bouchard will have it again to Hyman. Lost his puck handling with a good poke check as Kopitar with the rebound. Given no quarters here as McDavid has it. Here's for 2, saved by Kemper. And rebound by the Kings as Gavrikov will have it again to Drew Doughty. Bouchard grabs it away, now finds the Matthias Ekholm. McDavid back the other way, and it will go offside with 19:04 remaining. Now both teams are set. 91 for the Kings and 84 for the Oilers. Draisaitl wins the face-off. It's now Skinner. Jeff Skinner bounces around again to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking for a 1-2 motion. He finds Klingberg, and he'll give it over to Leon Draisaitl. Clark knocked him down by Perry. Here's a chance to Draisaitl, saved by Kemper. The helmet goes up, and Perry's out of here. He's rushing toward the bench afterward. I think what happened is that is a little smackdown very too soon. This is not going so well. This is what happens with the defensive effort. They're going to get knocked out and win behind. Nobody wants to see that one with their hard changes on the goal. This line is not going to make it straight afterwards. Now here's Skinner right to it away. He will send it over to Draisaitl. And Draisaitl tried to give it off. Passes it back over to Arvidsson as he sets it off in the corner. Knocked him down. Rebounded by the Kings. Kevin Fiala will have his own chance with only 18 minutes remaining in the second. With the shot goal saved by Skinner, he'll hold it on with under 18 minutes. Now they're set. Next for the puck drop is in between the Edmonton and LA. Now to win. Here's Mouvreur. Lost his puck handling. And off to Emberson. Slicks around the feed back into Kings territory. Emberson will fire that one around again to Brown. Brown looks over it again to Kulak. One-time Yelmer shot. And that one will cover up for Kemper as he sets it off to Spence. Here's another one to Pagel. Pagel makes his way to Denal. And saved by Skinner. 17:32 remaining in the second period. They're about to get this whole precious on for the Kings. As they're looking for a next puck drop, there might be a next win for the Kings if they get there. And they win. Here's Spence shot. Up with the rebound, saved by Skinner. Oh, so we're now finding the cool on again to Emberson. Emberson. Lost his good puck controlling. Full pressure turns off, and Pagel will have it again to Denal. Here's Denal. Back to Spiri Kapanen. As he'll send it again to Pakolzin. Finds Enrique. Enrique rolls around the back. Now finds Ekholm. Ekholm. Shot. Give over to Kapanen. Comfort gets that hold on here, and this will stop with only 17:02 in the second period. Now they're ready to get their next puck drop in. Another look here for McDavid as he's trying to get another playoff goal for 3 and 2 goals in the game. Well, didn't see about Connor McDavid. He's been like pushing things off. The boundary may be hard, but it's not going to make him feel like we're not able to find anything out if this comes to this situation. After the block by Connor McDavid, here's Mouvreur. 16:38 remaining in the second period. Kopitar. Into a wing. Dumps it out. Bouchard will get it. Now the Oilers will have their own chance as McDavid on a rush. Here he comes, McDavid! Goes in, Pat save! Oh, what a stop here by Kilper! That one stays out for the Oilers territory to give it back to the Kings territory. Oh wow, I was not noticing that. It just happened to be a chaos moment here, right by the crease, and looks like Kilper was not sure if he was going to be able to take things in. Unbelievable. Now the faceoff is ready for Draisaitl as he's ready to take things on with the next puck drop. And now he wins as Bouchard will have it. Right behind the net, he'll give to Ekholm and send a pass. Fiala with a steal, and it'll not be in here. And Byfield will try to give it again. Gavrikov, right to the middle. He scores! Alex Lafreniere! Here's the change. That one gives him a goal. And second goal in the playoffs. Lafreniere seemed to be like he was able to get that one in. And that playoff inbounding happened with Lafreniere to have his own goal. When you're looking at it with the backhand that keeps hold by Ekholm and then beats by Skinner, it's not easy when you change it off. That's another goal for the Los Angeles Kings. He's trying to get it all right there. So the Kings are on the board. It's a 4-run game in Los Angeles, but they're still need to trail down by 3 to tie this game up. Yeah, I know. Whatever says about Lafreniere, he has to be like playing it for real. But when you do for oftenly, you have to play it precisely. It's not how you win, it's how you shoot things. You need some communications in until you have it right. After he went down, Draisaitl with the rebounding, Oilers will have it back. Back to Nurse. Nurse gives to Klingberg. Klingberg sets to Nurse. Nurse rolls down, rebounded by Skinner. Now find Klingberg again to Draisaitl. With the shot, easy save by Kilper. Nurse will give it over again. Nurse. Give it back again to Klingberg. And back to Darnell Nurse. The rebound by Perry, and it's back to Quinton Byfield. Byfield sets it to Fiala. Runs it forward. Knocked it right toward the wall. And tries to with the rebound. He'll send it again to Klingberg. And he went knocked down again.
His first goal of the playoffs. First goal of the game.
Saved by Skinner.
14.
Brown kicks over to Nurse. Nurse will have it back. And a rebound by Klingberg.
Assisted by number 84.
Klingberg races right toward his own. Back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Nothing to go here.
And by number 55.
And now Drew Downey will have it over again. Now find the pass again to Fiala. No
time to go. 4-1
no
remaining in the
problem.
second period.
Chance play.
Alex Lafreniere with his first goal, playoffs first goal of the game, assisted by Gavrikov and Byfield in the second period. At 4:01 in the playoffs.
He's back to Ekholm. Ekholm will have to reset the group here. Nothing gives it off, and he will have to try again from the top for Ekholm again to Brown. Brown pass to Nugent Hopkins. Past the 15-minute mark in the second period as Donnell will have it on rebound. And Kapanen clears it out, unable to reach it to Pakolzin, and this will be an icing on Edmonton Oilers. 14:05 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for a next puck drop. And now the win for the Oilers as Ekholm will have it back. Right behind the back, he will send a pass over to Pakolzin. He gets knocked down. Trying to get this thing over. Pass to Bouchard. Bouchard will send it over to Nugent Hopkins. He'll have to try to reset it again. Now finds Ekholm. Ekholm finds Bouchard. Moore takes it over. Here's Bouchard. Hooked it up at his goaltender. That was crazy enough to get another goal for the Kings, but it didn't help him out. They were not sure how that was going to change in there. That one was almost going to be whipped. McDavid's shot's blocked by Denault. Denault will get his own rebound. McDavid on him. Good stick lifted here by McDavid as he gives it over to Kapanen and back over to Ekholm. Oilers are back in the Kings territory. Pass is blocked. Now sets to Arvidsson. Backhander saved by Kilper. Pass broken up by Kopitar. Turkane sets to Kempe. On a rush. Save it. He scores! AJ Kempe. Whoa, rebound. It's there. Down by 2. No words to say about Kempe. That kind of in, that's a big save. But this rebound was a little too late. He was really up to that hurry. That one changed it out to stop it in. Adrian Kemper was really racing it up. And now he has another goal, which he has 2 in the playoffs. Adrian Kemper was on a loose change, and he was going to get it all, but he can't. They're back down by 2. The goal puts it in for Ante Kopitar with the assist. And it's now 13:05 remaining, 4-2 game. McDavid wins the faceoff. Anderson gives over to Zach Hyman. Hyman, unable to get that one bumped out. And as Arvidsson will send it over, now back again to
LA
Kulak.
Kings,
Anderson looks over to Hyman. Hyman looks to Kulak.
His second goal in the playoffs.
Almost went in. That one stays out.
Score by number 9.
McDavid with the rebound, finding Anderson again to Hyman. Hyman looks over to Arvidsson. Give it to McDavid.
Ball assisted by number 15, Alex
and he'll get back into Kings territory.
And by
Outside
number
will be on
11,
the Oilers with 12:33.
Kopitar. Time of the goal, 6:55
happening here in game number 2.
That's Adrian Kempe, his second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Was assisted by Alex Akade and Kopitar in the second period at 6:55 in the playoffs.
They were really staggered out, and they were not sure what was going to happen. Oh, here's a penalty. That's going to be the Oilers, and that's going to be a cross-checking on Jeff Skinner. Yeah, you can't play that way. That's the Skinner, and he's in the penalty box.
Penalty on Edmonton, number 53, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Everybody on their feet because the Kings are on the power play. Jeff Skinner in the penalty box. This will be the first power play for the Kings with 12:19 to go. Power play needs to be starting oftenly, and they don't see that.
Edmonton penalty number 53, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time and penalty in the second period of the playoffs, 12:24. Edmonton penalty on the Oilers. Jeff Skinner, number 53, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time and penalty in the second period of the playoffs, 12:24.
Quinn Byfield right to and away. Nurse watching him. With the swing move, pass to the Nutt, broken up as Kulak will set it out in the other way. The Kings are back in offense zone as the Nutt sets to Byfield. Byfield on a rush. Hyman Wilson scores! Quinn Byfield, a rushing forward steer as he gets his power play goal. Now with that being said, he has given 6 goals in the playoff game. He's really on a rush afterwards. There's nobody to chase him, and he really took it between the legs afterwards. That Skinner was trying to have a nice and strong effort, but not Quinn Byfield. He's really making it all look easy. So the power play goal is really like all that they choose for, and Byfield is now got 6 in a row in the playoffs. He's really given off a great start. Darnell Nurse will set to Connor McDavid as Skinner is out of the penalty box. Jeff Skinner, not Stuart Skinner you're looking for, but Jeff Skinner. Yeah, we'll try to note that one anyway, so we'll see what happens. Blocked the shot. Quick stop by John Klingberg. Hyman will now send it over again to Victor Arvidsson. And Arvidsson will now have it dish it over. That one escapes the zone, and this will get back to Connor McDavid. Offsides on McDavid's team, as this will stop with 11:13. It's a close game range, 7:49 and 1:59 for time on attack on both of the teams. 4-3 to score. Draisaitl will give to Ekholm, now finding to Connor Perry. Perry with the rebound, now sent it around the net, now finds again to Jeff Skinner. He's got to be careful afterward. I mean, he has to watch that penalty. This team is not shooting so well oftenly. They play dirty nonsense afterward. They just need to get this one played back down. Gumber's going to hold in with only 10:53 remaining as we're ready for our next puck drop. A lot on the line here. Kings are looking to tie this game against the Oilers. Draisaitl wins it over, now finds it to Bouchard.
LA Kings!
And that home gets to Skinner. Skinner shoots off the glove, and it's rebounded up by Draisaitl. Great save afterwards. That was almost a tremendous danger happening here. For Grissom, they need to get this ready. Playoff shot try. There's no change off that you have to do for every year.
Assisted by number 24.
The rebound again by Ekholm. Perry Back to Bouchard. Bouchard shots blocked by Clark.
And by number 12,
Andre Kopitar will clear it out. And
time to go on the power
rebound.
play.
He
8:17
has it
remaining
across
in the
now,
second
finds
period.
again to Evan Bouchard.
That's Quinn Byfield, his 6th goal
Wide
in the
open
playoff
look.
score on a power play, assisted by Denault and Moore. In
Tries
the
to get
second
to
period
Connor
of the
Perry.
playoffs on a
And
power
a
play
rebound by
at
Edmondson.
8:17.
Edmondson's off to Adrian Kempe, looking for his 3rd goal in the playoffs. And that pass is right out of the dust, and back outside in the center ice will be Clark. Rebound by Ekholm, back to Turcotte. Here's a shot, block save by Skinner. We passed the midway mark in the second period as we're getting ready for our next puck drop. With some upcoming games here, we have some next ones to take a first look for the first 2 games for the Eastern and Western Conference. The first game of the matchup will be the Capitals facing against the New Jersey Devils back at Capital One Arena. Following along with the next game, as you will be seeing the next team, the Stars take on against the Jets at Canada's Life Century. First game starts here at 6:30 p.m. and then the second game will start at 9:30 p.m. on the other side. Get your next games on for our next 2 teams. Then following along, we will have is the next day as the Florida Panthers take on against the Ottawa Senators at the Emirates Bank Arena for the first game, and as to the other side will be the other team as the winners will take on against the Golden Knights. That coverage game starts at 9:30 p.m. on the other side of it. So that will be our next games only on Son of Beast. Be sure to subscribe because if you don't, somebody will get you knocked out and you'll be sorry. Not sorry at all. I wouldn't say that one here, Terry. A lot of time left in the period as Canes are decked down by 1. Connor McDavid trying to enter his second. As he wins the face-off, Kulak will set to Amberson, now find to Zach Hyman. He's back to Connor McDavid. McDavid sets again to Amberson, now finding to Zach Hyman, again to Amberson. Here's McDavid with a shot, he scores! Connor McDavid makes it snappy. 2 goals in a game, his 3rd in the playoffs. Wasn't that choir? I don't think so. Connor McDavid would have had his own 3rd goal chance. Now you see what happens with Connor McDavid. This is what it makes it snappy. He snaps that shot and just right in toward the net. Now that's a big dangerous place that they were causing this one to be like its unreleased moment. He was zipping it clear. He just had another goal, and that's 2. If he gets his 3rd, it'll be a hat trick for Connor McDavid. McDavid's settling it in. Well, he's looking to get ready to get the next game on. If they win, they'll play against the Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena. Here's Zach Hyman, right to her and away. He will fire this one around the net, and as Arvidsson will now have it in the corner. Passes over. Kulak finds Amberson. Looks to Hyman. Hyman looks to Amberson. Now finds the Kulak. Kulak looks to Amberson and Hyman. Keep the puck rolling around by Kulak and the team. Back to McDavid, looking for 3. It's back to Amberson. McDavid will swing the pass to Arvidsson, backhander. That goes off the goal pipe, and it's rebounded by Zach Hyman. Kulak sets to McDavid. Here's Amberson, shoots it, blocked a shot by Denault. Under 8 minutes remaining in the second period, here's Drew Dowd. A set pass over, now finds it off to Gavrikov. And here's Denault. Denault shoots, saved by Skinner. Stop the play with 7:43 remaining in the second. A lot of chances going in between arranged as Edmonton's up by 2. The win puts in for Denault. On a shot. That blocked up by Skinner. The rebound in. And that one blocks up by Ekholm.
Edmonton goal, his second goal in the game. 3rd goal in the playoff score by number 97, Connor McDavid. Well assisted by number 49, Ty Emberson. And by number 18, Zach Hyman. 7 goal, 11:25 remaining in the second period. Connor McDavid, his second goal in the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, assisted by Amberson and Hyman. In the second period of the playoffs, 11:25.
And it's back to Drew Dowd. Los Angeles back in the Edmonton territory. And that one wipes him away. Knocked him down. Perry. Trying to get to Leon Draisaitl quickly, and he'll have the back. It's back over to Perry. This one can't get a bite out of it. Knocked him over. Shot saved by Skinner. Turcotte right behind the back. A chance to Doughty. Glove save by Skinner. He really had that piece down.
Well, Skinner said for like overrunning the goaltenders afterwards. They just really need to get that on constant difficulty range.
The win for Henrique as Klingberg will have it over, and he will send it out of the zone. Colton's right in turn to win. Zach change back again to Klingberg. Here's Nurse, shoots it. Pat safe here by Kemper. Kopitar sets it over to Clark, and back with the rebound for the Oilers. Nurse finds Klingberg. Looks up to Henrique. Nurse swings off to Bakozin, shoots it. Blocked the shot by Clark. Kempe will have it the other way. Kempe rushes in. Klingberg takes it over. And Henrique will have it around the other way. Off the pass to Nurse. Nurse shot glove saved by Kemper. Under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. They'll get their next puck drop. And they're underway now. A lot of tough shots on goal afterwards here. In between of the Crane Kings and the Oilers. 45-37. McDavid wins the faceoff as he's back on ice, back again to Nurse, and Arvidsson will have it in. Here's a set to McDavid. Byfield with the puck take over. And that one just winged down. Klingberg rebounds that puck, and now it's back to Darnell Nurse. He'll give it off to Connor McDavid as he set the pass to Arvidsson. Arvidsson, here's McDavid, move around with the back shot. Save play by Kemper.
Kemper was not really able to do it on his own. He was really nervous to play against Connor McDavid, but that's a big round that he's been doing for. It's not really what the change-off has been putting in there, fellas. It needs more time to make the light.
Oilers rebound the puck again. He'll give the off to McDavid. McDavid with the sprinting rush. Back in his zone, he will have it over again to Arvidsson. 5 minutes remaining in the second period as Kulak gives to Amberson and to McDavid. Shot saved by Kemper. Blocked in the traffic zone as Byfield will have it back. McDavid watching him. Trying to put a push out, and this is not going to be easy enough if McDavid tries to put a roughing on Quinn Byfield.
They're not friendly at all afterward. They just played it. Remember the last game that happened? These two guys were in the penalty box. He's got to be careful if he does. If he loses it, he can't have it back.
Now Emerson's right toward the wing. Back on ice is Nugent Hopkins. Doughty takes it over after another hit here for the Kings. Jeanette right toward wing. And it's back to Nugent Hopkins finding to Echo. Echo swings to Janmark. Janmark in the zone. Brown shot. Save play. Bouchard fans. Backhander stopped by Kemper. 26 seconds for the full pressure on the Oilers. 4:12 remaining in a second. A lot of pass broken up afterwards, but they still need to get this one at close range. Now the win for the Kings. As a man goes down afterwards, Bouchard will send to Perry. And Warren for Gel. Gives back to Doughty and now to Moore. Moore. Open up. Ekholm takes out. Pulls that pass out with a shot blocked by Perry. Rebound by Leon Draisaitl. 3:50 remaining. The deeper zone back to Perry. Perry looks to Skinner. Skinner pass to Ekholm on a shot. Glove save by Kemper. 3:40 remaining in the second period. They'll cover it up and get ready for another puck drop. 38 hits for Oilers and 73 for the Kings. They've been knocking crazy afterwards to get that out of the zone. Now the win for the Kings, that will be Anze Kopitar. Turcotte sets to Kempe. Klingberg with the rebound, now has it again to Darnell Nurse, back to Kapanen, and gives to Bakozin. Open zone, no offside for the Oilers, this one stays fair. Bakozin right behind the net, and he's off to Henrique. Stopped by Kemper with only 3:20 remaining in the second. Now the rebound is on. It's the Kings as they're down by 2. They need to close this one out. They want it badly afterward. I mean, they have to do this most of the time, but I wouldn't say that would be like a big change-up if it was the right choice to make. Looks like you'll have to just try to keep moving again. Nerds, Henry, stick lifting. Rebounded up by the Oilers. Puck closing shots off the skater again to Clark. And 3 minutes remaining in a second period. Turcotte with the puck and chance. Stops it over. Rebounded up by the Oilers. Nurse. Klingberg. Shoots. That one's shot's blocked off to Anze Kopitar as he'll have it back. Rebound by Kempe. Good stick lift by Klingberg as he gets back to Nurse. Off to Henry. Henry can't get over it as he will try to clear that zone out. And now the rebound by Mouvre. Here's Arvidsson as he's back on ice. Toward the backhander, saved by Kemper. 2:28 remaining in the second period, as it looked like it was very unclear to give that one a moment. Now they're ready for another puck drop. McDavid watching on Quinn Byfield as he wants to make another win. And McDavid wins the face-off. Back to Bouchard. Looks over to Zach Hyman. Ekholm will give another change over to McDavid. McDavid, Hyman, gives to Bouchard. Bouchard sets it back to Ekholm. Here's Arvidsson right to her in the wing, and the rebound chance to McDavid. McDavid, here's Bouchard's shot, saved by Kemper. Arvidsson with the rebound, and back to Ekholm. That was an unbelievable play happens with Kemper. You're not sure how this is going to happen, but that really must have ranged out and quitting all alone. Here's Arvidsson, back to Ekholm. In middle, McDavid shot. That one's off again by Kemper. He was nervous afterward, trying to get it out of here in no time.
Well, I wouldn't bet on that. That was almost like impossible to have that one with a good range. He really had to give it all when he can.
Misses wide, and misses now goes back to Bouchard, and back to Fiala. Back to Steph, what save by Skinner. Bouchard will give to Arvidsson. Arvidsson lost that puck controlling, and this will go out of the zone. And McDavid trying to go over by Drew Doughty. McDavid, more, lost his puck handling. Arvidsson trying to battle it out. The rebound by Drew Doughty. And it's off to Gavrikov. Takes a stick lift, McDavid tries to battle it out. Another stick lift here for the Edmonton Oilers, as this will get back to Ekholm. The stand over to Bouchard. Back to the rebound is Bouchard.
Last minute remaining in the second period of the playoffs.
Down to a final minute in the second period. Here's Philip Deneau. Sauce the pass over to Forgel. And Ekholm will send it back over to Perry. Perry pass to Skinner. Skinner looks at the Draisaitl. Draisaitl will reset the group again. Klingberg will make new change here. Back to Perry. Off again. No shot. Not enough to get over it, but Kemper will hold it on with only 30 seconds. Drew Doughty with the rebounding effort. The deep pass, and they go offside for the Kings. Just about 23.8 seconds left in the second period. And now they're ready for another puck drop. Kings down by 2. Need some close games before the period comes to expire for the second. Gavrikov will set the Deneau. And it's over down to Skinner, and Draisaitl with the rebound the other way. 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Perry with the rebound again. 10 seconds remaining. Nurse needs some time off day. Klingberg shoots, blocked it up, and Thomas will end it here. Klingberg will not get a chance here. This will be offside, and with that, if the Kings win the faceoff, that will end the second period. And the Kings win the faceoff, that will end the second period. Close game in. Connor McDavid adds another goal to the playoff game, looking for 3 in Game 5. Third period is coming up next after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you shortly. It's a close game. We are about to get started for the third period in Los Angeles. And the puck is ready as all players are rehydrated all settled, and we are off to finish the third period in Los Angeles. Closest game effort as Edmonton's up by 2 and the Kings trail by 2. Alright guys, I know what you're thinking here, but let's see what your thoughts are of how they've done in the second period. Guys?
Well, looking over from Connor McDavid here, he's able to make his own 4th goal in the game, but his 2nd goal in the playoffs, he really makes his way across the scrimmaging that he makes it through. Connor McDavid's been practicing before game time, and what he needs to know about is he has to get right to the wheels on the set. This line change is going to be difficult for them, and then you have to get this thing moving in. Otherwise, they're going to get left off too soon, and then they're just going to turn it over to the Kings to make that one go back in. It's not how you start, it's how you finish it. You just need to be a shot placement done to get that one the right timing. Opportunities are endless afterwards here, Beast. I know what you're mentioning to say for. Evan Bouchard right to her in the wing. And back in the Kings territory is Arvidsson. Arvidsson will get back to Hyman and he swings it over to Ekholm. Here's Bouchard. Backhander shot blocked by Gavrikov. And Kempe loses one. Connor McDavid takes it over. The Wheels is on the range. Get the pass to the shot. What a save by Kemper. Great pass for Connor McDavid to get to Skinner, but he couldn't get the goal down in. That was really close. I mean, it's very good. I mean, and great chance. He got a look open-eyed before he went down, and it just didn't think he was going to make it in. That push was not easy enough for him. I was not sure that was going to make it in because that really felt like, well, I don't know if that will change off, but that may not be the right timing to give it over to. That's going to be a little challenging for Connor McDavid to get that another goal in there.
Fiala went down, and as will be Skinner, he'll stop here with only 18:24 in the third. The Oilers are up by 2. Kings need to spread things back to make the close range count. Draisaitl wins the faceoff as Nurse will get back to Draisaitl. And he's off on the other side again, off to the races in the Kings territory. Now this will fire that one over across, now find Jeff Skinner. Skinner will reset it again to Darnell Nurse as he gets to Klingberg. And back to Leon Draisaitl. Looks to Perry. Right to the middle of Skinner. A big stop here by Kemper as he'll stop in with only 18:01 remaining. Fans, if you're ready to take on with the next challenge, your choice is simple to choose our next team for next season. Plus, we'll have some amazing new occurrences for our returning game of the night to start first before the regulation game starts next. With the first game, as we will be getting things back into normal, the first of the game of the night will start in on October, and then it will be ready to go for on the other side of it, as you'll have is the NHL 26 to start for its new season in December. That'll be our next ones to take things in right across the line, and for scrimmage, we're about to be seeing, and we are happy enough to have you back for another hockey season. It's great to be the eye, but the more change will be its eye on the King to choose which team you choose for. It will not be the game of the night, it will be only the regulation game. Once this post comes in, we will send it over to you on August, so don't miss your change here, and you are about to choose what team you're looking for. No matter American or the Canadian team matchup, or it could be the rival team. We'll see what happens if anything changes in. You will see the next one on its way. For NHL 26, beginning December. I can't wait as we make the new season afterwards. I think summertime's going to be the next one. We're going to be the first one up before hockey next. I wouldn't say so, but let's see what happens with if they make the change off. Yarmark with the rebound as he sets the Nugent Hopkins. That pass broken up here by the Kings. Trevor Moore back into the Oilers territory as Nurse will send it back in. Back to Moore. Moore shot, saved by Skinner. Trying to push it over. Bouchard's back over to Nurse. And Nugent Hopkins will now give a chance to Yarmark as he swings it. He can't get the pass back over to Bouchard, but he now swings to Nurse and over to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins will set the Yarmark, and it's over now to Hyman. Hyman's back to Bouchard, trying to get back over to Yarmark. And that's Hyman. Finds Nurse. That pass is broken up by Kopitar. Here's Kempe with a chance in motion. Kopitar shoots, misses wide. Turcotte, a chance over to Kopitar, and that shot blocked by Nurse. Blocked again by Nurse again. Nurse on his way down, he's off to McDavid. McDavid, toward the middle, save by Kemper. Unbelievable, that is big on the chain. He didn't really think it was going to make it in time.
That was almost too close afterwards. I was not sure that if Connor McDavid was able to make that in there, I wouldn't say that he would be able to make the right timing with the next goal. That one was kind of tricky enough to get the wheels on him, but he was really racing it up for speed. He uses some time and energy, so he's going to move around again.
McDavid, watching back to Bouchard, back to McDavid, it's back to Ekholm. Lost his handling, Bouchard watches back, Turcotte takes over. In the Oilers' territory, trying to get the Kopitar, he scores! AJ Kempe! After Turcotte, he has his third in the playoffs. Now making a 5-4 game.
Well, that Kopitar wasn't able to be set it in there. That's what happens with the goal. It gives it up to AJ Kempe. They're really knocked it off. That means Shane Evans was going to make them pay. But that after Skinner was not a good choice.
So this is the case happened to be Adrian Kempe, his second goal of the game. If he gets his third goal in the playoffs, they might have a tie chance. McDavid wins the faceoff as Skinner will try to get over now to Draisaitl. The pass is broken up. Lewis back to the pass over to Spence. Shot safe being by Skinner. And it's off to Emberson. Emberson takes his own time. And he's having the Skinner. Spence takes it back. Now Jeanette will have it. 14:45 remaining in the third period. Back to Thomas. Thomas shot clock saved by Skinner. Emberson gives to Kulak. And he'll now swing again to Perry. Connor Perry right in wing. The give over to Skinner, saved by Kemper. As 14:30 remains here in the third, we passed the 5-minute mark in the third period. Byfield wins the faceoff, tries to get to Gavrikov. And it's over now to Kevin Fiala. Good take by Leon Draisaitl as he finds his way to try to slick out the move. He's off to Kulak. Kulak shot's blocked and it goes right to it in the corner of the wall.
His third goal of the playoffs, second goal of the game, scored by number 9.
Adrian fouling up by the board chain. And it's over to Anderson.
Assisted by number 15, Alex Turcotte. Time to goal, 4:52 in the third period. Adrian Kempe, his third goal of the playoffs, second goal of the game, assisted by Turcotte in the third period at 4:52 in the playoffs.
On ice again to Pokolzin with the new line group. Pokolzin back to Nurse. Here's Klingberg, shoots, close save by Kemper. 13:36 remaining in the third period. It's a 1-point possession. McDavid wins the faceoff. Here's Arvidsson's shot, misses wide, and it rolls all the way down to the Oilers territory.
This is shooting wide enough for Victor Arvidsson. He wasn't set it in, and that is a big, dangerous pass-off. This is not how they turned off.
McDavid shot saved by Kemper. Wow, he was really racing on the tracks here. And he stopped it too soon. That was Kemper made. Oh, wow, the fans have been loving it afterward. And that Kemper, he's making a great save afterwards. He just needs some more timing to get it right. Back to Klingberg on the other side of it to Ekholm. Ekholm pass to Klingberg as he gives it over down to Arvidsson. Arvidsson wipes him down. Great play by the defensive effort by Flagel. And he'll dump it in. Now Ekholm will have it again with only 12:45 remaining. And he's over now to Klingberg. Klingberg sets a chance over. Around the net again to Brown. Connor Brown will set to Nugent Hopkins shot. Off the face mask, rebound by Kemper. It's back to Edmondson. Again to Turcotte. Turcotte dumps it out too. And Nugent Hopkins will come in to cover it out. And it's over to Janmark. Janmark on a chance. 2-on-2. Pass. Broken there. Nothing to give out as Klingberg will now try to reset the group to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Janmark. Great change back to Klingberg as he rolls again to Ekholm. Klingberg sets it over. Now finds the Janmark. Nugent Hopkins with the puck. Races over to Janmark. Turcotte stops the puck. Turcotte in for retreat. Now finding Ante Kopitar. AJ Kempe looking for three. Knocked it down. Klingberg with the rebound. It's back to Jeff Skinner. Back on ice will be Draisaitl. Edmondson takes it over as the Kings are back in the Oilers territory. Byfield trying to set it across. 6 goals in the playoffs, could go for 7. And Perry has that back. Around the net, and Draisaitl will have it behind the net. He'll set it across to Bouchard, and the rebound here by Ekholm. Ekholm, pass, can't get it to go. Perry stops it, and offside will stop here with only 11:19 remaining. With an unbelievable save for Kemper, it's a 1-point possession game. Draisaitl wins the face-off, and it goes right back to Jeff Skinner. He's over to Ekholm. Ekholm can't get it to go. Rebounded it. Knocked him down. No cross-checking on the Kings. Kevin Fiala. Stick lifter. Trying to get back to Perry. That's blocked. Bouchard takes it over and now gives it to Ekholm. Great communication here for defensive effort. This is not what they need to change for, and they just need to get down with a better percentage to try to hold it in. There's no joke what happens to Corey Perry. He really got that one all down. Oh, McDavid wants some more. This time he slows down, and he now finds Bouchard, and he gets it over to Kulon. Kulon, go for the pass to Hyman. That Byfield takes it over, and Fiala will have it again. Stick lifted. Bouchard takes it over, back to Kulon, and McDavid is right toward wing to give to Arvidsson. Arvidsson timing to rise it up. Back to Connor McDavid. Gumper will get back to Gavrikov, and as McDavid will watch the puck here, he will stop in with 10:17 remaining. On the line here, McDavid trying to roll in for 3 goals in the playoffs. Now as the win, here's Gavrikov. He will set to Drew Doughty. Doughty's right toward wing. McDavid watching him. Doughty rolls him down. With the shot. Blocked here by McDavid. Victor Arvidsson's right toward wing. They give a send-off to Emberson. McDavid sits out and rebounded it in by the Kings as Turcotte will have it. He passed the midway mark in the period. He'll send it out of the zone. Rebound by Arvidsson. He's off to Emberson. Looks for Kapanen. Backing over. The pass to McDavid. Can't get it to go. Turcotte watching him. Give the good pass off. Emberson gives to McDavid. McDavid's back in his zone. He's off the proposing shot. Saved by Kemper. Rebound by McDavid. Here's no change. They're ready to make an effort. But this is what happens with the shot. They need to get this one a better change to make that go right. McDavid shoots. Saved by Kemper. Trevor Moore now finds it over to Danault. Keeps it over to Fugel. Fugel looking to tie the game. The pass finding Doughty. On a shot saved by Skinner. Now it's over now to Pakolzin. The new line change here for the Oilers as Klingberg will have it again. Edmondson is out, and now it's Fugel. Draisaitl watching him. Here's Danault. Rolls it in with an on-man rush. Had easy save by Skinner. Here's Moore. Move around. Another save here by Skinner. Klingberg will carry it out. And it's stopped by Fugel. Here's Moore. Stop the save. He scores! Trevor Moore! We are tied. 5-5. Not only about you, but that's Trevor Moore with the rebound save. And he really had that one all coming in. That's his 5th in the playoffs. Check out what happened with the rebound. That was Moore's idea. And he really had that one stepping in. Now they're all even. Here in the 8th mark. Now to win for Danault. Clark will have it back. Moore trying to watch him, and he's tripped. Penalty is going to be on Edmonton, and it will stop here with only 8:28 remaining. At goal.
Penalty on
And a penalty
Edmonton,
box.
number 14.
There's no
2
chance to
minutes for
make that
tripping.
in, because now that the team that the Kings are going to do is they're going to take the lead in.
Everybody on your feet because the Kings are on a power play.
And now they're ready, as they're looking in for a next face-off win, as this will be a next power play to start for the Oilers. For the Kings, sorry. Now it's
Edmonton penalty
Emerson.
number
We'll
14.
set
2
it
minutes
over.
for
And
tripping.
reaches
Time of the
Yama.
penalty in the third period of the playoffs,
Yama.
8:31.
Watching it.
That's Edmonton
Kulak
Oilers
shoots
penalty.
it.
Mateus Ekholm,
Rebound by
number 14 for
Kopitar.
2 minutes
8:15
tripping.
remaining in the
Time of the
third.
penalty
It's
in the
back to
third
Fiala.
period of the playoffs, 8:31.
Stop the puck. Swing and miss. Fiala's right toward the wing.
LA
That's
Kids.
rebound by Eugene Hopkins. You'll set it out of here.
His fifth goal in the
8 minutes
playoffs,
remaining in
first
the
goal of
third
the
period.
game,
That's
scored
Downey
by
will
number
have it again.
12.
LaFerrier trying to look for 2 goals in the game for LaFerrier. And the pass.
Assisted by number
Shot it up.
37,
Too soon.
Warren
Eugene Hopkins will set the pool up,
Fojan.
and he'll send the young mark to clear the zone out.
Time of the goal, 11:26 remaining in the third
1:15
period.
for the Kings
That's
power
Trevor
play.
Moore, his
Kempe
fifth
with
goal
the
in the
rebound.
playoffs, first goal of
And
the
it's over
game.
now to Drew Down.
Assisted
Deep
by
the
Warren
pass to
Fojan
Kopitar.
in the
Kopitar
third
looks to
period
Fiala.
at 11:26 in the
LaFerrier
playoffs.
shot is good. And now got the lead up for one. LaFerrier, it's a power play goal. Now LaFerrier was able to have it. Kopitar was sending it over. In this case, it's pitched to Fiala, and then give and go to LaFerrier. This is the percentage that he makes that pass area, and the right timing is on. Here's what happens with Kempe. This is what happens with the take on Fiala, that he's really racing it forward. And that pass to LaFerrier was able to send it in. Now he's got 2 goals in the playoffs, looking for 3. LaFerrier has 3 goals in the playoffs, and he might be able to have his own take to go back the other way. Now Ekholm will now swing to Skinner. Skinner tries to get the deep pass to Perry. Perry looks to Bouchard. Bouchard, backhander, saved by Kemper. Draisaitl trying to watch hand to Kopitar. Poked it up. Rebound by Gavrikov. 7:10 remaining in the third. Now it's rebounded by Turcotte. Knocks him over. Here's another chance for the save by Skinner. He'll hold it in with only 7:04 remaining. 6-5 to score. Kings on top. It's the close game of the matchup. The Kings surpass the Oilers 5, and it's now a 6-5 lead. Back to another winning face-off will be
LA
Draisaitl,
Kids.
as Bouchard will have it over. The set pass. He went down.
His second goal in the playoffs, second goal of the game, scored the power play. Number 14, Alex LaFerrier.
Draisaitl rolls in, pass to Skinner.
Assisted by number 22, Kevin.
Backhander, trying for the deep range, but it was a little off target. As Aldonado was set
And
to
by number
Pujol.
11,
Passes off with a shot. It's off an ankle and rebounded by Pujol. Pujol sent it over.
time of the goal in the power play in the third, 12:28. Alex LaFerrier, his second goal in the playoffs, second goal of the game, scoring a power play, assisted by Fiala and Kopitar in the third period on a power play minute in the playoffs at 12:28.
It's camping save time. On balance effort on this energy, I was noticing that Darcy Kemper had his eyes. He was re-energized. He was set to go for the third, but he was not sure enough if he was going to be able to take his own time. So it might be his time now if they win against the Oilers. McDavid is down. And as Byfield did not have the response to get this thing over to, Arvidsson will get it back. And as Nurse was set to Klingberg. Klingberg rushes right toward the zone, now finds McDavid. McDavid's over now to Hyman. Here's Nurse, fires it for redirection off the goalpost and rebounded by the Nurse. Clark takes over, now finds the Quentin Byfield. Byfield rushing it in. 3-on-1. Hyman takes it out and rebounded by Klingberg. Deep the pass to Connor McDavid. With the shot, saved by Kemper. Full pressure's on for the Oilers with only 5:30 remaining. Now they're set, ready for the next puck drop. Kings up by 1. Nugent Hopkins wins the faceoff as Klingberg's back over to Nurse. Here's Yama. The back to Klingberg. Here's the shot. Embracing man. Saved by Kemper. Rebounded up by the Kings. Clark. Deep the zone. Nugent Hopkins sets it across again to Brown. Brown. Backhander. Can't get it to go as he needs to try some regrouping here. And Byfield's the other way. Pass broken up. Nugent Hopkins. Down the final 5 minutes. Presented by Discover. Nugent Hopkins. Shot left saved by Kemper. Rolls it in tight. It is now at under 5 minutes in the third. Kings looking for 2 wins over the Oilers as they are really been dishing it out.
Season 3 was not really their own being, but Season 2 was the win as they already put that one up. A nice setup goal. This is what happens. They don't really start playing that much oftenly. They have to do it better.
The Oilers are back on the offense zone as Brown has it. Brown. The pass. Broken up. Rebound by Yarmark. And here's Emberson. The fire shot. Save me. Nugent Hopkins with the rebound. Back to Yarmark. Again to Kulak. And it's back to Brown. Brown goes down. Kulak needs to regroup here. There's a lot of hits here going in, and they're not sure if they wanted to wipe him down or not. There'll be a penalty. That's going to be on a cross-checking. Oh boy, I'm not liking this at all. I can't believe it. Now that Kempe is in the penalty box,
Penalty on Los
looks like
Angeles,
the Kings
number
are
9,
going to
2
get
minutes
another
for
penalty
charging.
kill. And if the Oilers get their goal, it's going to be a tie game. Now they're ready. It's do or die for the power play. If they get their goal, they'll tie it again. They have a lot of time left with only 4:19 remaining. McDavid wins the face.
Los Angeles penalty number 9, 2 minutes for charging. Time and penalty in the third period of playoffs, 4:25. At the penalty on Los Angeles, Adrian Kempe, number 9 for a 2-minute charging. Time and penalty in the third period in the playoffs, 4:25 for the Edmonton Oilers power play.
David gives the Draisaitl. Big save by Kemper. Rebound by Draisaitl. And it's back to Darnell Nurse again to Ekholm, again to McDavid. One time for Nurse on a shot. Big stop by Kemper. 3:48 remaining in the third period. They still have a lot of energy to go, but they still didn't get enough quite momentum to keep that from going. McDavid wins the faceoff, and as Hyman will give that one over toward the wing, he's back in the own zone. And Darnell Nurse has it. That pass cannot get going. McDavid swings it around a bit. Back to Ekholm. Back to McDavid. David shoots backhander. That stop made by Kemper. 1:10 remaining in the third period for the power play and 3:29 in the third. And I will give it over to Whit Spooney and see who had a better night. Connor McDavid was my choice here, and that one was snappy, and that was really like a whole hard change. I wasn't really sure, but he was really giving it off tonight. But now, he definitely does have plenty of room to get this thing off there. The entire time, I love seeing Connor McDavid and his better night on his effort. If he gets his third goal, it may be him to give it all. He's off to Nugent Hopkins. The pass is broken up. Back to Gavrikov. 45 seconds for the Oilers power play. And on a charging for Adrian Kempe, and glove saved by Skinner, he'll have it again to Nugent Hopkins. The deep zone to Arvidsson. Good poke check here for the Kings. 30 seconds left for the Oilers power play. And Henrique. Time going down to Bouchard. Deep the zone by Brown. Brown from corner. Trying to get in. Shot saved by Kemper. Holds it in tight. Rebound by McDavid. He lost that puck control and now finds LaFerriere. Kempe's time's almost up. Deep pass zone to McDavid. McDavid. And he loses it. Power play's over. McDavid with the rebound. Shot saved by Kemper. Rebounded up by the Oilers, by the Kings. LaFerriere. Pulls it back. Rebound by Spence. That one stops it. Here's McDavid. And he lost that one. Spence gets it over. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Goes right toward the wall and rebounded by Ekholm as he will now swing it over, now finding McDavid. He goes down. Clark trying to pull it out. And here's Kopitar. Another hit in the wing. Matthias Ekholm's right to her in the wing as he sets it to Kapanen. Kapanen shot, save play for the rebound, put it back by Perry. That's stopped by Kemper. What a great save here for the Kings. Not always, I mentioned it before, that Kemper was really having a hard time. This was nowhere to be close near. He just really kept on coming back in, and they really wanted to win it. Byfield wins the face-off. As the wing will put it in, as now Skinner has it back, he knocks him down. No penalty here on the Kings. Draisaitl, Klingberg, Nurse, Spades, back to Klingberg. And he's over now, the pass. He just can't find anybody open. And now here's another one for Nurse. He just don't have enough time. Klingberg will give it over. And he's off to Skinner. Skinner slows it down. One-timer. What's the effort? 1 minute remaining in the third period. Nurse needs to regroup here. They'll need to get some extra skater on down by the end. Here's a shot. He scores! Darnell Nurse! We are tied! Wow, this revenge was putting in for Darnell Nurse. The right timing he does for, and this is what the cut made. Darnell Nurse hasn't scored yet nearing the end of the regulation, but he definitely did. He bumped that one out of here and he just felt like, well, it's not it until it's over. We still have a long way to get things finished. Wow. Darnell Nurse has then been unstoppable for tonight, and he looks like he's going to have to wait patiently to get right over into this. Now this is a close game. We're not sure what's going to happen. Now Clark will send to Kempe, and that one booked it up, and Bouchard will now send to Janmark just 45 seconds. A chance for the lead for the Oilers. Brown shot, that save, Nugent Hopkins shot saved by Kilmer. 38 seconds remaining in the third period, and they're off for another face-off. This puck drop was concerned. I was noticing Darnell Nurse had that huge cut place, but my timing was a little, it could be a little off and challenging, but I would sure hope so that this would change out. Every time
Edmonton goal, his first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game scored by number 25, Darnell Nurse. Assisted by number 36, John Klingberg. Time of the goal, 19:06 remaining in the third period. Darnell Nurse, his first goal of the game, third goal of the playoffs. Assisted by Klingberg in the third period at 19:06 in the playoffs.
And as Arvidsson will now send to Ekholm and as Hyman, we are going to overtime in game number 5. We stop here, and as the rebound...
And that's going to do it for the regulation period. Your tie scores between Edmonton 6 and the Los Angeles Kings 6.
Alright, in case you missed this game, here's how they did in every period statistics scores, and for some little penalty change, all in a row from 1 to 3 in regulation. Alright guys, I have a little bit of a take of seeing what's going on with the periods, and it seemed like this is the last game left. We have a little late night special edition here, so it's now already late. Yeah, I definitely would say so. So, it was not my time optimally. As we see the last part of a goal, that was Trevor Moore that had their lead up for 1 after Adrian Kempe, and then Moore has his own goal, then a tripping, and then a goal for LaFerriere, then charging, and then the goal puts in for Darnell Nurse. If after that was Moore to tie the game, and then Alex LaFerriere had that goal to put up a lead 6-3, 6-5, sorry. But In that case, it seemed like the Kings wants to go back into the second round, and I think the Pacific Coast might be a next take. I'm going to say the Edmonton Oilers are going to win that one, and I think Connor McDavid might have his chance with 30 goals if he wins that one and get a hat trick. That might be my guess here, Terry. Okay, well, it will be it. The last part of the game, anybody can win. Definitely right. You ready? Oh yeah, I'm ready. I will never say it if I always do, so I can't let you do anything with that. We'll see about that. Alright, let's get the third period to overtime to start things off. And the overtime of the NHL is presented by your local Honda dealers. Let's see what happens with the next goal in the playoffs. Will it be the Kings or the Oilers? Overtime starts now. A big winning here, but it comes down to the end of this period. Let's find out who wins this game. And here we go, overtime starts now as Bouchard will have it over. And now the pass to Matthias Ekholm as he's right to it in the wing. He'll start that off the other side. As Kopitar will have it over and he's looking for his own goal to take the playoff, we're about to find out what happened. Oh, McDavid scores! Wow, are you serious? He made this one earlier and he just wins it. See, I told you about McDavid would have had that win, and that one really done it all. Wow.
Edmonton overtime goal. His fourth goal in the playoffs, third goal of the game, score on the hat trick, number 97, Connor McDavid. Also assisted by number 29, Leon Draisaitl, and by number 18, Zach Hyman. Dominant goal in the overtime period of the game, 1940.
McDavid. Well, Veteran comes to do so as McDavid stuns the crowd. It's a big win. It's great tight. As for Skinner and their time, they've done it
Kings
possible.
fans,
And now,
thank you all for joining us here for the postseason of this matchup. And we look forward to heading you back for next season as the start of their New Year's appearance with the Los Angeles Kings. We ask you folks, get home safely and have a great night.
We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Well, the big news is on because Connor McDavid is moving on to the next round. After the win against the Kings, they are back in. Since 2022, the first postseason of season one, they are moving on to the next round. And they've definitely done that one again. That's Connor McDavid makes that one 3 goals in the chain. And now they're ready to proceed on to play against the Golden Knights at Vegas. And now let's get things started off for 3-star players of the game. The third star starts off here for the Kings is Andre Kempe, has 2 goals with 13 hits. It makes it easy enough to have a lot of hit inbounding. Then the second star goes to Zach Hyman with 4 assists, 1 goal, and 9 hits. And you all know because somebody has won in OT, and the number 1 star player in the game goes to the captain of Connor McDavid. He has earned 3 goals, 1 assist, and 6 hits. He has done it all to finish in OT. And now here's how they look at the total statistics. Only 56 shots on goal for Kings, 106 on the hit, and 353 time on attack. 90% for the Kings since they've already done a lot of them. 4-minute penalty kills, only made 2 power play goals with 132. And then the other side for the Oilers, they had 88 shots on goal with 69 hits, 16-21 time on attack, 83% of the passing, and then it was 4-minute penalty kills with no power play goals on 4-minute power play minutes. And well, that should do now. The first round is complete. We are heading on to the second round as we'll have our next game underway. First, we'll have to be seeing the Los Angeles team as they already have finished their season. It's good to make them back in the playoffs, but not enough to make a next win. So as it being said, with our next games in tape, Capitals take on against the Devils at Capital One Arena. The first game starts at 6:30, and then the second game will start here for the Stars against the Jets at Canada's Life Century at 9:30 p.m. Then, following along with their next game, you'll have 2 games on the other side, as you'll have the Golden Knights taking on against the Oilers here at Vegas for at T-Mobile Arena. Their game starts at 4 p.m. And then the other game will be later tonight, as you'll have is the Florida Panthers taking on against the Brady Tkachuk team, Ottawa Senators, at 7 p.m. at the Amaranth Bank Arena. Well, as we're being sat down, thank you all for tuning us for the first round of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. We're moving on to the second round after these game, and then we'll get over to NBA and back to NHL. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time for as a while as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. This is Roy Cruz and LJ signing out. Thank you and peace. Good night in Los Angeles.
If you don't, somebody will.